Hello again. After recently torturing myself with trying to beat Dark Souls using my left hand only, I decided it was time to dig up some more mildly interesting facts to share. Spent the last few months playing around in this game, trying to find as much useless information to share with you as possible. All these facts are things I've discovered by myself after a silly number of playthroughs, so I hope you learn at least one mildly interesting thing today. Let's begin. Fact number 1. You can fight 2 bosses at the same time. While watching YMFAH's amazing Top Gear episode, he demonstrated a cool skip that allows you to cheese the Capra Demon. When I saw this skip, I was so excited. Could I use this to fight 2 bosses at the same time? I tested my theory by invading a Gravelord servant, and after successfully climbing on top of the ladder, I was able to enter the Capra Demon's boss room as a phantom. Now I'm down here in the boss room while everyone else is still upstairs in the Berg, so it looks like it might be possible. With the help of my dear friend Cheese, we got to work. While he started the Taurus Demon fight, I made my way to Capra. After doing the ladder skip again, I was in. The doggos were angry, but Capra was cool as a cucumber. Cheese finally started his battle against Taurus, and we were doing it. We were fighting 2 different bosses at the same time. After delivering the final blow, Capra was defeated and victory achieved appeared on both our screens. But I had to know, can you kill both bosses at the same time? After setting it all up again, I started the fight with Taurus and Cheese started his assault on Capra. With both bosses on low health, we delivered our final blows, and it was done. Double victory achieved. 2 bosses killed at the same time. Absolutely amazing. Now this only works if the Phantom fights Capra. As soon as the host moves to the lower Berg, the game disconnects any Phantoms. I know this isn't super practical, but I thought it was pretty darn cool. Let's talk about using the Force. Last time I talked to you about the wonders of spell parrying shields, but I think Dark Souls 1 has something even better. The humble Force miracle is often overlooked. It is good at stunning enemies and knocking people off cliffs, but it is so much more capable. You can deflect arrows, fire bombs, throwing knives, blow darts, spears, arrow traps, and even the Dragon Slayer arrows. Pretty cool, right? But you can do even more. You can deflect lightning, fireballs, magic spells, attacks from the Moonlight Butterfly, and even those huge boulders from the Blighttown Boys. Still not convinced? Well, how about parrying the Hydra's water jets? Or why not go all out insane and just use Force to yeet those exploding pots in Sen's Fortress? Honestly, it's such a fun spell to use, so give it a go. For fact number 3, hollows can close doors. The hollows in the Berg are a bit of a strange bunch. They can often get themselves into weird places, and you'll never know what strange situations you might find them in. But did you know they can be trained to close doors? By running past all the hollows and standing behind the table, one of the hollows will be a gentleman and close the door behind him. As long as that table stays intact, he will close the door. So what are you waiting for? Go and enjoy some quality time with your new friend. Fact number 4. Did you know these columns in the parish are destructible? There are multiple sets of columns in the parish that cannot be broken by any normal weapon, but it is possible to break them in a few interesting ways. First of all, the Berenike Knights can smash these with their mighty attacks, a pretty common thing to see. But if you're extra patient, you can invite the Channeler to the party, and with his mighty swings, he can break the columns as well. But have you ever tried to break the columns using Rhea as a weapon? With the help of Force, her body becomes a lethal projectile capable of breaking the strongest of pillars. Now, technically this works with other enemies as well, but come on. It's pretty funny that someone so peaceful can cause so much destruction. Fact number 5. You can kill the Moss Merchant. If you've ever attempted to kill the moss merchant, you know that she is one mean lady. If you fail to do enough damage in one attack, she will run away and she'll start to insult you. And no normal weapon or spell can reach her. But thanks to our handy ladder skip, we can stand right above her, and with the help of the Dragon King Great Axe, we can get our revenge. Fact number 6. You can deal 0 damage. It was a lot of fun doing no damage in Dark Souls 2, so I found a way to make some 0 damage weapons for you to play with. First, the less dexterity you have, the better, so choose a class with low dexterity such as the Bandit or the Cleric. Secondly, choose a weapon you want to break. Ideally, we want a dexterity scaling weapon, as the more we fail the dexterity stat, the less damage we do. It takes a long time to break weapons in this game, so the fastest way I found was to go to the New Londo ruins and start fighting the Hollows. A weapon with 200 durability will take about half an hour to fully break, so choose your weapons carefully, otherwise this might take hours. Once your weapon reaches 30% durability, the at-risk message will appear, and in most cases this is enough to do 0 damage. But if you keep hitting away, eventually the weapon will fully break, giving you a 50% damage reduction. I was able to break a Catalyst, a Mail Breaker, a Parrying Dagger, and the Bandit Knife. And despite similar results, 5 damage was the lowest possible attack rating I could get. Sadly, backstabs still do 1 point of damage, and plunge attacks and ripostes still hurt our foes. But now you can go crazy and attack all the NPCs you want. Bows are also dexterity based weapons, so by failing the dex requirement, the damage drops significantly. It takes a painful 1,000 arrows to break a bow, but once it finally breaks, it's a lot of fun to see what you can get away with. But be warned, some headshots can still do 1 pesky point of damage, so choose your targets carefully. So what can we do with all our 0 damage weapons? Well, it leads to some interesting situations. First, some enemies no longer react the same way. The dragon in the Valley of the Drakes will not respond to your attacks, and he just stays asleep. Ceaseless Discharge will hold onto that cliff for eternity, and he'll never fall down. Brant will tell you that he's awake, but he never actually wakes up from his sleep.
Well, wide awake.
And the Bed of Chaos will laugh as you slowly tickle it until Kingdom Come. We can give NPCs a good smack to hear all their interesting dialogue options. Here are some of my favourites.
Oh, that hurts.
Why are you...
Why, you dirty...
What are you doing?
Horrors!
Oi! What's this about?
That hurts.
Enough, fool.
Understand this. I wish thee no harm.
But wait, there's more. Most of you know that in the painted world, a right trigger attack with a weapon will make the dragon legs jump to their feet. But with a broken weapon, we can do so much more. We can playfully stab Andre to make him ready for a fight. And both the giant blacksmith and Hawkeye are really tall when they stand up. Both Karth and Frampt look really weird when you stab them, but things start to get really strange once you reach the Duke's archives. The Man-Serpent Guard is meant to die from any attack you do, so you can get the key and escape. But by doing a cheeky jump stab with a 0 damage weapon, he becomes enraged and starts to phase through the door. With the help of some backstabs, we can see that he has exactly 2 health, so this is why he is so easy to kill. I tried to make him fall off the ledge to see if he could float, but in the process, I discovered that every time I parried, he would rotate around. I'm not sure if the collision of my shield with the door is making him spin, but it was mildly interesting to watch. You can also break your armor in this game. Now there's no quick way to do this, so the fastest method I found was to put on the charred orange ring, wear your favourite gear, and just stand in the lava for 20 minutes. The lava slowly ticks away at your durability, and after your sanity has melted away, you will hopefully see the armor broken message. Now sadly, there's no cosmetic difference between the normal and the broken armor this time. And the only noticeable difference is that your defenses are halved. But one cool thing is that every weapon or piece of clothing has its own unique icon indicating that it's broken. By fully equipping broken weapons in every slot and wearing broken armor, we can fill our screen with 8 extra icons. Now I'm not sure if this is the maximum number of icons you can have on your screen, but I thought it was pretty neat. Have you ever wanted to kidnap someone and take them on a romantic date? Well, Dark Souls doesn't like you doing that. With the help of my broken weapons, I tried to kidnap some NPCs. But sadly, after a certain distance, they turn around and actively try to walk back to their starting position. Now you can fight against this, and you can make some NPCs go on a short journey.
So long.
But even if you manage to force an NPC into a different loading zone, they simply disappear and they teleport back to where they were originally standing. But there is one NPC with a unique summon, Princess Dusk. Dusk is special because she's the only summon we can hit with our attacks. Now she doesn't have a set location she likes to walk back to, so we can take her for an epic journey. Now she will avoid entering the Undead Burg, and she refuses to enter the parish. But with a lot of patience, you can take her to quite a lot of places. But be careful of enemies, because they can kill her. After an incredibly long journey, we made it to the bonfire and we had a nice chat. Amazingly, we can rest at this bonfire while she's still summoned, and she doesn't disappear. Now you can take her into Darkroot Forest, but I was scared that an invader might try and kill her, so we made alternative plans. Now there are probably some other exciting places you can explore, but it took over an hour of smacking to get her to these locations, so I'll let you explore the rest for yourself. Alright, the next few facts are only slightly interesting, so I'll try to go quick. Fact number 10. You can avoid the Drake altogether. Are you tired of that Drake burning you to a crisp? Say no more. As long as you never trigger this interaction in the Burg, the bridge will be Drake free. So, start a new game and make sure you have the master key. Take the new Londo Ruin shortcut, make your way to the parish, run past the boar, go down the ladder, kill the rats, and congratulations, you've skipped the Drake. If you keep playing as normal, the Drake will never show up again, and you can enjoy a nice quiet stroll on the bridge. Fact number 11. I found some interesting interactions with Black Knights. Black Knights can be hurt by barrels if you lead them to the perfect spot. So, if you do some damage beforehand, the barrel can deliver the final blow. Back in the asylum, Oscar and the Black Knight can actually hurt each other. Now it's not a fair fight by any means, but with perfect positioning, you could actually have these two fight to the death for your pleasure. Fact number 12. I found some weird audio changes. The rats in the depths make a different noise to the rats in the painted world. I also noticed that if you equip the fog ring, it changes the sound the Dark Hand makes when it's used as a shield. Fact number 13. In Sen's fortress, there is a knight waiting to ambush you around the corner. But the keen-eyed among you can notice that his shadow is visible on the wall. I don't think this will help you in any way, but I thought it was mildly interesting enough to mention. Well, there you go. 13 mildly interesting facts for you to chew on. Took a long time to put this together, so I hope you learned at least one mildly interesting thing today. I hope you have an awesome week, and thanks for watching. God bless.